Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Podcast World. This is Fully Dressed, and I am your co-host, Bruce. This is that guy,
Brett.
Duck, and Star Rookies. Rookies is what we go by here. That's what he answers to anyway. And we discuss current events, hot topics, politics, sports, things going on in our world that pique our interest, and then the information that we get from you, as well as what we find appealing, is what we discuss. So we're going to jump right in. Again, today is November 21st. It is 1:15 p.m. So we'll jump head first right in to
Rookies Rant. Yeah, I know. Hey, got to try something, right?
Yeah, might as well. It's what it is.
All
it's
right.
A rant.
All right. Okay. Well, let's go to the next one. I've been really upset. This has been the last couple of days. You and I haven't talked.
What are you?
So we haven't. Yeah. So we haven't talked about this. I got a few videos within this thing. I'm sure a bunch of you have already seen this. This first one, it's only a minute and a half long. I'm going to run it. I'm going to run it now. You tell me if you've seen this. You can talk over it if you want.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris DeLuzio.
Congresswoman Maddie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Now, being a little braggadocious.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
And the intelligence community.
who take risks each day.
To keep Americans safe.
We know you are
So we clearly know who they're talking to, right?
Yes.
Talking directly to the active duty military and intelligence
under
agency.
enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
And intelligence community professionals
against American citizens. Like us. You all swore an oath.
To protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
But from right here at home. Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
you must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law.
Or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
In the Army,
Our Navy,
The Air Force.
your vigilance is critical.
and know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws.
our Constitution,
and who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
What the hell is that? Leave it up, leave it up, leave it up. What is that? What, I mean, really, what is that? All right, so Trump pretty quickly put up a post. Have you, and you've seen that original video, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You seen you seen that?
I have not.
Donald Trump, truthed out. See what it says?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now, well, he kind of is.
Hey.
Seditious behavior is punishable by death to active duty military. Not, that's if you go through UCMJ proceedings, Uniform Code of Military Justice. That's if you're tried by court martial. Now, those representatives, sedition is up to 20 years in prison if they were tried and convicted of sedition. Is this sedition? I don't know. I'm not going to say it is. I'm not going to say it isn't. But after that,
I'm Senator,
then we got this.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin, Senator from Michigan, former CIA officer. Earlier today, President Trump threatened myself and a number of other service and veteran lawmakers with arrest, trial, and death. because he didn't agree with a video we put out this week.
Threatened them with arrest, trial, and death. Really? I didn't get that from that. Did you?
Nope. And I listened to it repeatedly. I listened to it again this morning. And he says something like, back in the day, if you'd have said something like this, it would be considered treason. And you know what happens to people that commit treason?
Yep.
This really isn't about those of us who made the video. This is about who we are as Americans and how we're going to engage with people who we disagree with. I would hope that people of all backgrounds, Democrat, Republican, Independent, would agree that threatening death for people you disagree with is beyond the pale of who we are as Americans. I love this country. It has given me everything, everything. And I refuse to believe that this is the new normal. I refuse to believe that we're going to use fear and intimidation against people we disagree with. And I'm not going to be forced away from speaking up on behalf of my country. I swore an oath to the Constitution many times.
So did every military member that you're trying to tell to ignore lawful orders.
Most recently, less than a year ago, as a senator, to the Constitution, not to any one man, not to any one president. And I abide by that oath. For me, I believe in the power of this country and that we are better than our current politics represent. And I refuse to be intimidated out of defending the country I love.
Okay, so
go ahead.
She can come out and do a video and say this and don't abide by the law, don't follow the direct orders from the commander in chief. No, that's unconstitutional. But we will lock your ass up because you don't agree. We don't agree with you. We will find every way possible to ruin your family and your life and to put you in prison because we don't agree with what you're saying. So they're doing exactly the same thing, even though he didn't say that.
Agreed.
And I listened to it, and he was just.
Here's another 40-second response.
We've gotten hundreds and hundreds, if not closer to 1,000, tough threats and messages, and had to get Capitol Police security, and it's just it's like turning on a light switch. And but I'm not gonna be dismayed or dissuaded from standing up for the Constitution just because he threatens us. And I believe in this country. I believe we can be better than our current politics. So I'm not going to let him intimidate us out of speaking our minds.
Okay. So you're not going to let him intimidate you out of that. Do you realize that this big giant fight is because our president, who was duly elected, is trying to stop massive crime waves. He's trying to get rid of the people that broke the law and are here illegally. That is what all this is about. It's over his immigration policies and doing exactly what he said he was going to do during his entire campaign.
I'll also submit that they're preparing for whatever is going to become of Venezuela. We parked a lot of ships outside of Venezuela. We're doing some training outside of Venezuela with special forces.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be surprised if we go into Venezuela. Are the Venezuelan people behind the overthrow of Maduro? That's the only question. If they are, we're going to take Venezuela over.
Yeah, and do you know,
give it back to the Venezuelans?
That China is already there. They have thrown a lifeline into there. They have zero tariffs. They're giving them all this money. They're buying a bunch of their oil and mineral rights and stuff like that to give them a lifeline because they have nothing coming in. And Maduro is a friggin' drug lord. So that's crazy.
Well, the latest post by Slotkin here, and she posted this last night while I was putting all this together. She tried to take down that initial video, but it didn't come down because the internet never dies. Veterans, national security professionals love this country, blah, blah, blah. President considers it punishable by death for us to restate the law. No, he did not threaten you. Read. Service members should know. Yeah, now the service members, you commit treason, you commit sedition, you're up to and including punishable by death. This is disturbing, and let me do some of the points that I wrote here, and I'll finish this up. In the military, we're very aware that treason or sedition can lead to the death penalty. I think it's even by firing squad, but I didn't look that up. I did research and learned that the punishment by death only applies to military, which leads me to believe the president using the word death was in no way a threat to these elected officials, but was in fact the possible punishment for the military member that followed through with sedition motivated by the video. You can refuse illegal orders. You must refuse illegal orders. That's what they said. You think we aren't fully aware of those facts? Uniform Code of Military Justice is a core of the training the military receives upon enlistment, including covering treason and sedition. We're told about this. This is basic training is more than just push-ups and sit-ups. The chaos that would ensue if this did, in fact, motivate multiple individuals to start questioning orders handed down by the chain of command when time could be a critical component as to the success of the operation could be catastrophic. And here's the statement that I'll make. This was politically motivated, commercial, dressed up, something similar to a public service announcement. It's absolutely shameful. I hope none of our tax dollars went to preparing this. What do you think?
I think they should be held responsible if let's say one person in the military takes this video and does what they're suggesting that they do. And then they get tried for treason and found guilty. They're being encouraged to do this by these elected officials. They should have, okay, there is free speech. You can say a lot of things. You can't cause a riot by your speech and get away with it. There are certain things. Free speech is not unlimited. Say any and everything you want to. You know, there is a level to it. And I think they should be held accountable for that. If, in fact, people from our military, whatever branch they're in, take their advice and do that, and then they get charged for that, then it shouldn't be just them. So, like, if you encourage somebody to go out and kill somebody, then you should be held accountable for that as well.
And the Democrats believe that because that's exactly what they did with Trump motivating an insurrection, calling for an insurrection. And did you see the videos that came out recently? What is the news agency over in Great Britain and England?
Yeah, the BBC.
Yeah. Did you see the videos that they clipped together?
Yep.
How absolutely crazy is that?
And then the top two leaders of that organization have stepped down because
sure
they
have.
admitted that it was all fake and lies.
But they stand by that they didn't do it intentionally.
You're no dumbass.
Like, okay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I've been listening to that. That was one of the topics this morning on Kill Me, was how they were going crazy. So he kept replaying the clip going, do you hear a threat for death? Do you hear? He's like, and he said, back in the day, if you said something like this, that could be considered treason. And you know what happens with people that are treasonous? You know, so how did you get trialed and assassinated because of that? Like that makes no sense.
Oh, that's my rant. We'll see where this goes.
Okay, well, deep thoughts with Duck. I can think of what that should be. So,
yeah, but you didn't make up a pretty little sign like I did.
no, I did not. So, but now I will. I got to come up with my statement. So, just so people know, you know, whatever. Yeah. From Friday, as soon as we get done with this, and then I start doing, like, once it's up and uploaded or whatever, I start immediately looking for things to talk about for next week. And I read the news like crazy, and I read all the sites, not just one. I go to all of them. So I have like a whole list of stuff that all week I'm like, this is going to make the list. This one goes off the list or whatever. So I have to whittle it down. But I enjoy when Trump makes fun of some of the news outlets. And
oh, did you? You're not going there.
especially this one. So
you're going there.
What's it called? MS Now, I think, is their rebrand or whatever.
That's MSNBC, yeah.
Right, but it's called MS Now or something like that. This. So, oh shoot, sorry. Rachel Maddow appears at the funeral for Dick Cheney. See, she's
and is that the doctor?
Yep. She's sitting beside Mr. Fauci, and then over here to her, I guess to our right would be James Carville. And let me see if I can find out what she said about him. She compared this is how she got her start during the Bush Cheney administration, and she frequently compared Cheney to one of the worst monsters in history. So, how do you go?
I can't. I didn't know Rachel Maddow was there, and that just blows me away.
Yeah. And
yeah.
This is
remember when he shot somebody?
He shot his friend on a hunting trip.
Yep. It wasn't intentional. We need to add that caveat. They were on a hunting.
Yeah. So
it wasn't the Hunger Games hunting. It was quail.
Yeah. Independent journalist, his name is Glenn Greenwald. He said, for so many liberals, Cheney is now rehabilitated despite regretting nothing, but solely for opposing Trump. And it wasn't even like he didn't oppose Trump per se. He was basically standing up for his daughter when her and Trump had their falling out. So based off of that one thing.
His daughter being Liz Cheney.
Right. But apparently because of that, he's no longer one of the worst monsters to ever roam the earth, because he now opposes Trump, or not, he did oppose Trump. So I guess that made him free and clear of all their hatred.
And Liz Cheney, his daughter, is a Republican who crossed over with the Democrats in their hatred for Trump.
Yeah. And I think she's going to run for something else. I can't remember. I heard her, she's running for governor of some state, or I can't remember what it was she was going to do.
I think it would be Arizona.
But I don't know what it is. But still, she's all of that. Like, to see Rachel Maddow.
That blows me away. Yeah,
I was like, what? Like,
yeah, I did not expect
and
that.
I remember all the even then, it wasn't as bad as it is now, but people were attacking them because it was a Republican in the White House.
Didn't Barack show up for the funeral without Michelle?
Yep. And Trump and Vance were not invited. Asked not to come. So, but I thought that was quite interesting. So
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So that
Rachel
was,
Maddow.
Yeah, it's so weird, isn't it? Like, that blew my mind when I saw that. I was like, that looks like Robert Maddow, because Rachel doesn't make sense for her. But anyway, that just blew my mind. I was like, what are those 9 fans of hers going to think about this? You know, she makes $30 million a year, and she does 1 hour a week on the show.
That blows me away.
Can't understand why they're struggling financially there. But okay, so topic number 2 for you.
It's not really a topic. It is a funny.
I just read it.
Of a reporter aboard Air Force One. Yep, he really did call a female reporter Piggy. She was peppering him with uncomfortable questions about the Epstein files.
What did Jeffrey Epstein mean in his emails when he said you knew about the girls?
Trump answered her first question.
I know nothing about that. Jeffrey Epstein and I had a very bad relationship for many years.
But when she tried to ask a follow-up, he lashed out.
If there's nothing incriminating in the files, sir, why not take us in?
This photograph shows just how angry the president
is. Now, to me, that just came across as you keep squealing like a pig about all this stuff. And if you take a look at the lady that he called Piggy, it's not like she's some big, large woman. She's a skinny, attractive woman.
I have not heard that.
This photograph
You haven't seen that?
No, that is.
This photograph.
That is the best clip.
Oh my God.
That's the best clip so far of all the clips you played. That is the best one ever.
Oh, but he's getting a lot of shit for it.
Who cares? That is priceless. That is one of the best things I have ever seen.
This photograph.
Yeah, you better take that down. We gotta stop that.
Oh my God, that was perfect. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Oh my God, thank you for that.
Quiet, Piggy. But really, I think it was just like you're squealing like a pig. I think that's what was on his mind.
And you know, he's not a comedian, but man, he is quick.
Yes, he is.
So quick on his feet. So, all right. So my other thing, that's so good. Oh my God. I would like today. Okay, here's another thing I want to talk about. You, Mamdami the Commie is in at 3:00 today, meeting him at the White House.
Yep.
And I like the fact that he didn't go to New York. He made him come there, but I think they.
Absolutely.
But I think they should have held it like offsite somewhere else, not at the White House, because I don't think he should welcome a self-admitted communist socialist Jew hater. He shouldn't have been welcomed into the White House. But
I disagree. The mayor of New York, biggest city in the country.
yeah,
They're going to have to work together to some degree.
but you see him even yesterday.
And I'd say he's bringing them to the home field now.
But even yesterday, he came out and was talking shit about Trump and ICE, and I will not allow these police officers to work alongside them and all that kind of stuff. Like,
Okay. Do you believe any of this is going to be open to the press pool?
I don't know. And
if it's open to the press pool, you know how it's going to go.
Oh, that's going to go ugly for
Yeah.
Mamdani.
For Mamdani, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Mamdani's going to make himself look like an ass.
Yeah.
He's going to be disrespectful to a degree that is like, throw him out.
Mm-hmm. You see what he did to the president of the Ukraine for not dressing appropriately and then talking
Yep.
shit and trying
Yep.
to one up him. He was like, no. And Mamdani can't answer questions that he's not prepped for. So if this is an open forum, this could be horrible for him. So I think he's already backtracked on the free buses and raising taxes because the governor was like, we're not getting behind that. There's no way for you to do that.
And his response was, we're going to have to find a way to pay for it. Well, there's no other way to pay for it. Federal government's not going to give you the money for it.
But you've told everybody for the last 8 or 9 months, you're going to get free healthcare, rent freezes, free buses. So New York City already, so far this year, they've lost $319 million from people that are jumping the turnstiles at the subway. Just in that alone. So try taking that out of your budget and then only getting the bare minimum from the federal government. And then you add that into the fact of mass exodus of the wealthy people leaving the city. Like your avenues to create that money is like dwindling quickly. So then what are you going to do? Either tell them all the stuff I promised you is not going to happen, or I told you all that it was going to be free, and all these people who haven't been working, who get free shit, are now going to have to go out and do something. The people aren't going to be happy. And he's not going to be able to fulfill these super promises.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. The lady, I did not even learn her name because I was so irritated with listening to her talk. The mayor-elect of Seattle.
Oh my gosh, whose mommy and daddy funded her campaign.
Yes, and they're wealthy, and she's a socialist, but her parents have been paying for her to still live out in Seattle. Her husband doesn't have a job. She is the president of a nonprofit, but does not have to disclose her salary because anything under 100,000, you don't have to report if you're a nonprofit. So they don't have to tell you how much people are earning. And she also writes for.
Doesn't she have to claim those on her personal income taxes, though?
I'm not sure what it is. I just know that this is what I was heard today. And she also is a independent journalist for these two leftist publication sites that pay her between 30 and 90,000 a year. So she's making 300,000 basically a year. And her parents are giving her
for doing this.
And then she's going to rail against her own kind of people. She's against the people like her parents that have paid her way. You know what? She went to Oxford University in London, like one of the most prestigious colleges in all of the world. And she dropped out 6 weeks before graduation. So either you weren't going to make it, or something happened, or they asked you to leave. You don't just drop out 6 weeks before you're graduating from one of the best colleges on the planet. But she also left the school debt free, she said. So,
well, it wasn't her paying for it.
Hell no, it wasn't. And she's been like a barista.
Well, I'll say this. I was in Seattle from 90 to 92, Fort Lewis, Washington, and it was a wonderful city. It was great. You go down, I can't remember what it's called, but the fish market area, it was absolutely gorgeous. You seeing that Space Needle in the sky, and the going to the Kingdom to watch football games and baseball games. It was an exciting place to be. I wouldn't go there now. I just wouldn't. I don't know what it's like, but I wouldn't go there now.
It's very similar to Portland, which is in shambles, and San Francisco, which is in shambles. I won't go. I will not give a single penny of the money that I work for to go to one of those places to spend it. California, Oregon, Washington State, New York, not doing it.
No, like, I go to Nashville or Orlando.
Texas.
Yep.
Texas, somewhere like that, but I'm not.
Hey, wild, wonderful West Virginia, man. It's beautiful. Check it out. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. So that was one of the things that really pissed me off this week was that. But then,
quiet, commie.
Mamdami the Commie. Okay, so did you hear about the three brothers that their mother passed away? They were going through her belongings in her house to clear the house out to sell it, and found a first edition, like the #1 issue of the original Spider-Man comic book.
No.
And it was in, like, it was the highest graded Superman comic book of that, like the #1 ever graded. And they sold it for $9.1 million.
Wow.
Yep. And then one of the brothers was like, I remember at some point when we were like teenagers or whatever, that my mother said, I have a comic book collection that I'm going to leave to you all. I said, but we were like kids and we just forgot about it. And she had 5 comic books upstairs in their attic. They were all mint condition, but that was the best one. But it sold for $9 million.
That's crazy.
And yeah, they found it in the attic.
But you never know.
Do you have an attic?
I do not have an attic. No.
Oh, my parents left me bills. That's what I got. And that back scratcher, which I bought for my mother the time she came to visit us in Texas. I bought it at that giant flea market in Plano or wherever it was at. That's what I got that was my inheritance. And it's missing a freaking one of the claws. I only had 4 claws, and one of them was broken off.
But you love it.
Oh, I used it this morning. It's sitting on my sink in my bathroom. So, you have anything else to discuss, or want me to keep going?
Keep going. I'm good.
Larry Summers, former president of Harvard, Treasury Secretary under was it Obama, I think? Or
probably
one of those. And he is also a fellow at the Heritage think tank. He's on the board of directors, which is called the Harvard, I would say the Harvard administration or some, it's a huge deal. He was a super high ranking official. He's been like consulting with politicians, and he's apparently like this huge brainiac that people from all over the world respected his thought process and his take on politics and what have you. Found out whenever they released all those emails with Epstein that he had continued to consult with Epstein up until the day before he was arrested the last time. And it was well known that he had been arrested for trying to hire a minor for sex. And Harvard still accepted like $9 million or plus dollars of donations from Epstein after the fact. He was emailing Epstein about this girl he was trying to chase, even though he's married. It was crazy. So he originally stepped down from his role as a like going out and doing speeches and meeting with people, but he was going to keep his position at Harvard as a teacher. But there was so much backlash from it that he decided yesterday to step away from that as well. But it's a pretty big name. Like, I knew of him. I didn't know exactly what all he was involved in, but F around and find out. And that's what you get for being a dirtbag.
I agree with that 100%.
And then the last thing that I have is, because it involves Epstein too, is Jazmine the Brain Crocket from Texas, who, if you notice, has somehow developed a hood accent when she starts going on.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she's got several different. Yes.
Yeah, it's like, where did that one come from?
Yeah.
But she, there was a billionaire philanthropist. I can't say that word.
Philanthropist.
Thank you. His name is Jeffrey Epstein, a different Jeffrey Epstein. So they saw some of these emails with Epstein's name in it, thinking it was.
Oh, yes. And she said, do you see the quote? Do you see the interview with her? She said, I didn't say the Jeffrey Epstein. I said a Jeffrey Epstein.
Like, shut the hell
Oh
up.
my gosh. Are you kidding me? You know I only had 20 minutes research. That's why I specifically said not the Jeffrey Epstein, a Jeffrey Epstein. What the? Oh my God. They think we're stupid, Bruce.
Because people are. Because they are. And she was just going and naming names, and she was talking shit, and she was like George W. Bush and
acting like she knew what she was talking about.
Yeah, then it was like, oh, wait a minute. Like, I did not say the Jeffrey Epstein because we didn't know. So stupid. She is so
the star rookies. Yeah,
but yeah, what a dumbass. And I really believe she's going to run for president. I believe she's going to throw her name in, which also, so much stuff happened.
Is she the one where in Texas? Is she from Texas?
Yes.
And she's the one that with the new redrawing of the district maps, she'll lose her seat.
Yes.
It'll be a whole other territory that she'll have to run in to get her seat.
Yeah. And she is stupid. Like, she's dumb. She's an attorney, but she's dumb.
She's not dumb, but she certainly comes across that way. She's not a dummy.
But I think she's going to run. I do. I think she's running for office, for president.
Did you see the story of the delegate from the Virgin Islands and Epstein?
She's the one that was texting him during like a congressional hearing.
Bring up my. You got it up?
Yep.
This was a testimony Cohen was testifying. Her questions were getting ready to come up.
This was when Barack Obama was president of the United States. And while we were once driving through a struggling
Text from
neighborhood
Jeffrey
in
Epstein.
Chicago,
Are you chewing?
he commented,
Not
that
anymore.
only Black people could live that way. Attorney-client privilege, yes, I will turn it over.
Brought up Rona, keeper of the secrets. This is in real time.
That contradicted your testimony.
Rona
You suggested you were going to review that. Did you review?
She didn't know what Rona was.
In our next break, to correct the record, yes or no?
Yes.
Quick, I'm up
Question,
next.
you helped out the
Is that an
president's
acronym?
Or were involved in the campaign as a representative, as a spokesman, even in your words today? It was your idea for the campaign.
That's
dating back
his
to 2011.
assistant.
Is that accurate? Yes or no?
Yes.
Mr. Weisenberg and other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals? Are they with the Trump organization?
They
And
are.
are there other people that we should be meeting with?
So Alan Weisselberg is the chief financial officer.
Uh-huh.
The
You got to
Trump
quickly give us
organization.
as many names as you can so we can get to them.
Yes, ma'am.
As Ms. Rona, what is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is the Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his.
And then he responds,
involved in
good work.
that went on.
Jeffrey Epstein was texting
Really?
congressional
Are you
delegates
kidding me?
What? I did not know that. I did not know that it was like that. I thought he was just texting her. I didn't realize that he was giving her pointers on what to cover. And
In the middle of the hearing. Quick, I'm up next. Who's Rona? Asking Jeffrey Epstein, who had already at this point been convicted of crimes earlier, years
he
before.
already spent a year in jail.
Everybody knew who Jeffrey Epstein was when she was doing this. Quick, who's Rona? Well, I tell you what, history ends up coming to light, and it's like, what?
And then, like, I know you said it at some point. I just don't remember when. But then and then I've heard Rogan say this too. So it's like,
I'm in good company.
It makes me believe it more. But when people are like, we believe Epstein was a member of Mossad or an intelligence group that was gathering damaging information on as many people as possible, and they didn't care how he got it.
Yep.
Because no one has still been able to ever say, well, here's how Epstein became so rich. Because, like, why did the guy who started the Limited Brands from Columbus, Ohio, Lex Wexner, who owned Victoria's Secret,
Victoria's Secret, yeah.
Justice, Aeropostale, Abercrombie and Fitch, all these other companies, why did he give him a $75 million apartment in New York City and then gave him complete control over his billions of dollars? Epstein was his money guy. After he had already been convicted the first time. And he was still handing over all like billions of dollars to let Epstein basically do whatever he wanted. So I'm like, you don't just give your life's work up for no reason to a convicted criminal unless he's about to blast you with something. So,
well, we're gonna find out. These Epstein files are supposed to be released, but now we've got 26 days until they're going to be released. 27 days because they had a 30-day window. But people need to realize anything that there are indictments, there are grand juries that have convened, there are any evidence that is tied to those grand juries isn't going to be released.
No. Hakeem Jeffries, who was one of the guys, released the files. Oh shit, I'm in the files. I sent a message to him directly asking for contributions.
Yes.
I remember that. I didn't do that. Unequivocally, no way. Here's the proof. I don't remember that.
I don't. Yeah.
You know, it's like, bro, you effed up. And now all these people are like, oh, maybe don't release them. You know, it's like, that's why you had 4 years to do this and you didn't fight it, because it's almost one of those things where you're asking for something, but you don't really want it, but it could be enough of a headache to somebody else. And you don't think they're ever going to say, okay, we'll do it. So you just keep badgering on something because you're like, they're never going to give in on this. I think Trump is so brilliant when he does stuff like that, because he's just like, I'll just make them hang themselves.
Yep.
And then whenever you get to the point where they're like, okay, let's do it. It was like an about face. Literally, he went from one day like, it's a hoax and whatever. I don't have time to waste on this. And the next day he's like, okay, we should reduce all of it. I've employed all the Republicans to sign off on this and to vote for it. And people are like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? Like, why are you doing that? And he was like, you know, change your heart. It's like, you don't just have a change of heart like that. He was setting your ass up. And you would think that after
you got caught in the trap,
you would think that they would learn, but he does things and it's just like, they keep falling for it. And he's so good at it.
All right. Last quickie. You see who announced they were running for governor?
That was the next thing I was going to talk about.
Was it? All right. Well, when we're talking about who we're going to vote for,
Swalwell.
President used taxpayer dollars to ask the Ukrainians to help him cheat an election. And the complaint that the president used taxpayer dollars to ask the Ukrainians to help him cheat an election. And
now, notice the forced. He pushed that one out.
Used taxpayer dollars to ask the Ukrainians to help him cheat an election. And the complaint.
You see the body movement?
He knew it was coming.
To ask the Ukrainians to help him cheat an election. And the complaint that I've heard from Republicans.
So you wanted to talk? You wanted to talk about Swalwell? Go ahead.
I don't know.
Shut up, Piggy. Shut up, Swalwell's ass.
You remember that?
Stop it.
You remember that TV show Herman's Head?
Yeah.
It was like maybe from the 80s, and all the different
characters, personalities.
Yeah, it was like reason. The guy was like, "I'm going to reason with you," and the guy that was just impulses or whatever. You know, his people up there were like, "Don't do it. It can be loud. What if it's loud? It won't be. It's silent. Just do it. Get it out. It'll feel better." Oh shit! It was loud. I told you it was going to be loud. Oh, he's so stupid, and he's running for governor. What a dork! What a stupid dork. I hope that British guy wins. And I'm is it Ian something or Sydney?
No, I listen to him all the time.
He is so smart, and he loves America. Loves it. So,
yeah, he just became a U.S. citizen not too long ago.
Yeah. And then you have that girl, the one that yelled and cursed out her assistant.
Steve Hilton.
Yeah, Hilton. Steve Hilton. But the girl, what is her name? Shoot, it starts with a P, I think. Like Peyton, maybe. She's the one that was doing.
She running for governor of California?
Yeah. She was
Katie Porter.
Yeah. Remember when, like a month ago, she was doing something from her house, and the assistant walked through the shot, and she goes, "You're in my effing shot."
Oh, yeah.
That her. Yeah. She there's another guy who just announced he was running. He's a billionaire. He ran for president in 2020. Seth Freyer or something like that. He made billions of dollars from the tobacco industry, from
Tom Steyer.
And he announced yesterday, the day before yesterday, he was getting in the race. And she was like, oh, talking about two-faced and double standards, I call bullshit. And she even said that you're getting in the race and with your billions of dollars from all the companies you helped build and got rich from all the people that you say you're going to fight. Well, you couldn't buy your way into the White House, and you're not going to buy your way into the governor's mansion. The governorship is not a consolation prize. And then he releases files that said, you eagerly accepted the donations I gave to your campaign.
Yeah.
So then it was like, you're calling bullshit on what? Like,
yep.
You cannot. That's like being a liar and never remembering the lies you told, and then trying to keep up with them.
History comes back around. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, like, oh, they kept that.
Yeah. No. I was looking up Herman's Hedge.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. The smart guy with the glasses was the funniest.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a good show. So those are some of the crazy stuff. And there's so many more things. Like I have so many things that I have to just eliminate them because we're almost at an hour again. I think we have to scrap the 30-minute plan. That's just not going to work.
It doesn't seem to be rolling very well, does it?
Yeah, it's not going to work. So there's so many other things I want to talk about. Joe Burrow's coming back.
Joe Burrow should be playing Sunday.
Do you think they're going to release Flacco?
No.
Or?
In fact, I think they will probably put Browning on the practice squad, keep Flacco through the end of the year, and may release Browning next year and sign Flacco to another year.
Do you know that until this injury to Burrow
wants to play? Go ahead.
That Browning led the NFL record for like highest completion rate, most passing yardage, most touchdowns or whatever for the amount
because he had barely made enough.
But at the amount that he had played, he led like every statistical category in NFL history until Burrow went down this time, and then he just cratered. So
well, very, very, very disappointed in Jamar Chase. I was going to buy one of his jerseys. I'm not going to do it now. Very, very, very disappointed. Now, can he win me back? He hasn't lost me. But if he goes to another team, I won't have a problem not rooting for him. It worked. He taunted him into a punch. Go ahead.
I didn't see it. And on purpose, I didn't watch it when it was replayed a billion times. Because I've struggled enough being a Bengals fan, and I can't lose another player over a stupid incident. So we've forgiven people for way worse things. So am I disappointed? I am. But I have kids. I've been disappointed in them as well before. But I also realize when they have done stupid things that that's not their main character. And not saying it's acceptable. He should be punished. I was more disappointed whenever he appealed his one-game suspension, because we've all been in the heat of the moment and said things and done things when things are out of control. And the fact that after the fact, when you know you've done something wrong and you feel like you should feel horrible about it, and then you get a punishment for that bad deed, and then you protest the fact that you did something horribly wrong and out of character, and then you protest the discipline of that, I was more disappointed in that. So, but he shouldn't have done it. It's stupid. It was awful. And I would have wanted to punch him in the face too. So, but it did work. Maybe she told him a yo mama joke. Your mama's so fat. She has a mouth on the back of the neck and she chews like this.
All right, bring up my video.
I don't want to because I don't want to watch
Bring
it.
it up. Bring it up.
Smacked Jamar Chase and is accusing Chase of spitting on him. Jalen Ramsey and Jamar Chase got face to face early in the fourth, grabbing each other's face masks until needing to be separated. 1 minute later, chaos ensued again, and the two teams had to be separated with Chase and Ramsey in the middle of it, resulting in Chase's helmet being ripped off. He and Ramsey again got face to face, this time with Ramsey hitting Chase in the helmet, leading to the scuffle. Ramsey would be the one who got flagged and was ultimately ejected from the game. Ramsey afterwards says he was just retaliating after claiming Chase spit on him. Chase vehemently denied spitting on him, but an on-field angle shows Ramsey may have a point.
He spit on me, so it's up. I'm gonna get around football after that.
Jalen Ramsey.
So he spit on him. Now, to his credit, he did say he wanted to pay Jalen's fine too.
Let me tell you, Ramsey was with the Jacksonville Jaguars, was a superstar. He got traded to, I want to say, the Rams, was a pain in the ass. Got traded to the Dolphins, was a huge pain in the ass. Got traded to Pittsburgh, and he's very much like a Stephon Diggs, just like a giant headache wherever he goes. So it doesn't justify that, but I would say he's probably not innocent in all of this. So,
and they were, yeah, he's played for Jacksonville, the Rams, the Dolphins, and the Steelers. He's always trying to fire stuff up, and Jalen found the way to get him ejected. Now, I'd have felt much better if we'd have ended up beating the Steelers.
Yeah, I've been like, you dumbass, good move.
But we got Burrow coming back, and no Jamar Chase, which means I'm starting Andre Yosivach this week.
How crazy is it that we're 3-5?
3-6.
3-6.
Maybe 3-7. Maybe 3-7.
I don't know, but still not out of it.
Bengals are 3-7. Yeah, we're pretty much out of it. Well, we gotta win all the rest of our games.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh.
We got to go on a 10-game streak.
Pittsburgh has lost. Baltimore has lost multiple times. Baltimore's in the same boat we are. Not much better. So anyway, and then Cleveland, they suck.
Yeah, they're bad.
So, all right. We got a minute and a half. So let's do our sign off here and wrap it up. And we are super grateful that you guys keep paying attention and watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about us. We're hilarious. We're actually pretty good dudes. Let us know what you want to talk about. We'll gladly address those things. We will give your honest opinion about it. We will take your opinion about it. And as Jimmy Fallon says, you can be a Republican or a Democrat, just don't be an asshole. So,
asshole.
Yeah. Well, I know. I'm just trying to be more politically correct than you, which I am.
And I'm not.
But we're super happy.
Shut up, Piggy.
Shut up, Piggy. Best clip of the year so far. Like, you got to work hard to top that. You got to work hard. But we'll be back next week, and we look forward to it. So As always, God bless America. God bless our president. I hope you're blessed beyond measure. We'll see you very soon and very often. Peace out.